Hello friends and welcome to my channel Iballdesigningdeveloper. So we are back with another video on this channel. So ever wondered how Java stores data? Imagine having a magic box where you can store numbers, words or even sentences. That's exactly what variables do. So in this video I will be breaking down Java variables in the easiest possible way, whether you are a beginner or just need a quick refresh of variables. By the end of this video, you will not only understand that how to use variables in Java, but also you will know that how to use them like a pro programmer. So buckle up, hit that like button and subscribe on this channel, and remember to hit notification bell as well so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So I have already created a playlist of Java where you can see my other videos as well. So just you have to move and you have to see this video on that playlist as well so you can learn all the things which we have covered up yet in this Java tutorial series. So now what we are waiting for, let's move to computer screen and let's get started. So now here we are on the computer screen, and like I've told you that today in this video I will be telling you about variables in Java, and we will be covering up all the things about variables that a beginner should be know, or you can say a beginner should know about it. So now if we talk about variables, so basically variables are containers for storing data values, and this is really obvious thing, like if we are using variables, so we are using them as a container for storing data values. And moving forward, if we talk about that in Java, how many types of variables are. So in Java there are different types of variables. For example, string stores text such as hello. String values are surrounded by double quotes. And the other variable which we use is init, stores integers, whole numbers without decimals such as 123 or 123 like this. Then if we talk about other variable which is called float, so float stores floating point numbers with decimals such as 19.99 or 19.99 in a different way. Then if we talk about another variable which we use in Java is called character, and it stores single characters such as A or B. Char values are surrounded by single quotes. And then the last variable which we normally use in Java is called boolean, and boolean store values with two states is true or false. So these are the variables normally which we use in Java. Means there are not these variables only which you can use in Java. There are many different types of variables, but the mostly used variables in Java are these. First of all, it is string, second is init, third is float, fourth is char, and the fifth one is boolean. So these are some you can say these are some like variables which we normally use in Java, and we will be seeing that if we are using these all variables, so how we are getting the output printed in our system. So if you want to declare, like if you want to create variables, so to create a variable you must specify the type and you have to assign it a value. And how you can do that? First of all, you need to write the type of your variable. Like if I'm creating a string, so I will be writing here a string, then I will be writing my variable name, and after that I'll be writing equal to, and I'll be writing the value which I want to print in my output of my Java. So here now it is written like where type is one of Java's types such as init or string, and variable name is the name of the variable such as x or name. The equal sign is used to assign values to the variables, which is really important. Like if you are using the equal sign, so it is used to assign values to the variable. To create a variable that should store text, look at the following example. This is the example from which you can create a variable which should be storing a text here. So create a variable called name of type string and assign it a value John. Then we use println to print the name variable in the output. So this is the string which we have created, and in this string I have created a variable name as name, and then in this name variable I have created one you can say a string value called as John. Then we have printed this string by writing our string variable name which is name, and when I will be just running it, like when I will be running my document or running my Java file, so I will be getting this John printed in my output. To create a variable that should store a number, look at the following example. Like if you want to create a variable which should be storing a number like this, create a variable called mynum of type init and assign it the value 15. Means if you want to print any number, you can just create one init, you can say a init tag or init variable. You can also do same thing in a string, but you need to add the numbers in this double quote value if you are printing a string number here. So remember, if you normally want to print a number without these colons or anything, so for that you need to use this init variable, and then you need to write your variable name. Like here we have written name, you can give here my num or any other variable name you want. Then after that you need to write equal to and the number which you want to print. Like in this case I have written 15. Then when I will be using my println function to print this my num variable name which I have printed here, so you will be getting the output 15 in the terminal or in your output. So just remember this thing, when you are printing this my num, you will be getting the output printed as 15. You can also declare a variable without assigning the value and assign the value later. So you can do that as well if you want to declare a variable without assigning the value, like this. If I am creating a variable init with my num, and then when I'm assigning a value my num equal to 15 after that, and when you will be printing again, you will be getting the output as 15, because you can just create the variable with the, like you can say separate. You can also create a variable if you want, and you can just create it with the variable which you want to create. Like if I'm using it with init, so I will be writing this init as a variable, then I will be writing my num, and again I will be just moving down, and then I can use my num anytime I want, and when I will be using again, I will be getting output as 15. And you can only do it in Java, not in any other language like JavaScript or Python. Then if we move down, so you have to note that if you assign a new value to an existing variable, it will override the previous value. So means if you are creating like if you are assigning a new value to your existing variable, so it will override the previous values which you have created. Like if I show you the example here, it is written change the value of my num to 15 to 20. Like if I want to change the value 15 to 20 of this my num, I can do that here. Like I can write here init my num equal to 15. Then if I want to change the value, you can remove and you can write 20 here. But if you don't want to do that, so you can also write my num again equal to 20 again, and then when you will be writing that, your variable will be changed into 20 now, and then when you will be printing your my num in your console or in your terminal, you will be getting this number 20 printed in the output. That's why. Now if we want to learn that what are final variables which we use here, so if you don't know if you don't want others or yourself to overwrite existing values, use the final keyword. This will declare the variables as final or constant, which means unchangeable and read only. So you can do that as well if you don't want others or yourself to overwrite the existing value of your keyword or of your tag or of your variable which you are creating. So for that you can use this final keyword as well, which will be declare your variable as final or constant, means it will be unchangeable and it will be read only. If you are doing that here by using final keyword, if you are changing the value by writing my num 20, so now the values will be not changed because you have just generated a final keyword. And final keyword means that the first thing which you have written is the last thing which you have printed in the output, and it will generate an error when you will be running because it cannot assign a value to a final variable. So if we talk about other types here, a demonstration of how to declare variables of other types here, this is the example. Init my num equal to 5 you can create, then you can create a float of my float num, and you can just see these all things, like if I am printing these all things, so I am getting the output or not. So starting with the first thing which we are getting here is like if we are printing this thing, so I'm getting this John printed in my output or not. So for that, what I'm going to do is I'll be opening my NetBeans IDE, because like you all know that when we were just working with Java previously on, so we were using NetBeans IDE as our main text editor. So here as well, when we are working with Java, so we need to work on this NetBeans IDE because it is, you can say, normal IDE for Java. So you need to also use this, or you can use some other IDE as well, like you can use iBeam as well, and you can also use like PyCharm and all that things. So I'll be moving on to my main.java file which I have already created, or you can also say class, because normally when we create in NetBeans the file, it is called as class, and when you will be running, you will be getting this you can say run file here. So you can just run it like this. Now what I'm going to do is I'll be removing the system.out.println, and in the place of it I'll be pasting the thing which I want to add here. I have created one string with the name of John, then I have run here system.out.println, and I have printed this name variable here which I have created. Now I have to run it to check when I'm running it, so what output I'm getting here in my terminal. So you have to press right click on your file, and then you have to press run file here. So now you can just see I have pressed this run file, and when I've pressed it, so I'm getting John printed successfully in my output. So like this you can just do these all things and you can get the output here. So what I'm going to do is I'll be moving on to my file again, and now I want to print number here. So for number as well, I will be doing same thing. I will be copying this thing here now, then I will be just in the place of it, I will be pasting the number value here. with this init variable name here which we have used. Now I will be running it again, right click, run your file again, and you can just see now we are getting the output as 15 because now we have printed 15 as a number in the println function. I'll be moving on to my Word document again, and now I will be printing this by using mynum, but mynum in a second way I will be using it. So I will be just copying this thing here, and if I paste it here like this, so you will be seeing that if I'm printing mynum second time and then when I'm printing the number in second time mynum, so again you will be getting the same output as 15 printed. If I run it here, so you can just see now again we are getting the output as 15, means that this mynum is working, and like this you can print these all things here in the output. Again I will be moving on to my Word document here, and this is another example which you can use if you want to change the variable value. So how you can do that, you can just create one mynum in which you can write 15, the number which you want, and then after that if you want to change that 15 number to any other number like 20 or 25, so you can just write mynum again and you can write equal to 20, or you can change the value from here as well. But if you don't want to do, if you want to override the value, so you can just create mynum variable again and you can just write the value which you want to change. Like I want to change 15 to 20, so I will be writing 20 here, and then when I will be running my file, so now the output you will be getting will be as 20 because now this 20 is being overwrite on this 15, that's why. And if you want that the value 20 which I have changed should be not overwrite of this 15, means it should be coming here but not should be overwrite on this 15, so for that I will be using one keyword called final. So here you can just see this is the final keyword which we have used, and what I'm going to do is I'll be just copying this here, then I will be pasting it in the place of these all things. And when I printed these, so you can just see we have used final keyword, then we have used init mynum equal to 15. When I will be running it here now, so you can just see we are getting an output. You can just see it is giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Because it is saying me that you cannot assign a value to final variable. Here we have used final keyword, and that's why this all thing like this variable has been changed into final variable. And in final variable you cannot declare any value after you have written the first value, like you cannot change the value here, that's the thing. But if I remove this final and if I run here again, so now the output you will be getting will be 20 here. So you can just see because we are not getting the output, we have not printed the thing using a string, that's the thing here. So I hope you understand how we are getting all these things printed and how we are getting these all numbers printed successfully. So if you have understand this video in which we have learned that basically how you can use variables and what's the purpose to use variables here. So remember to hit a like to this video, and I hope you have also understand that how many types of variables are there. So if you have understand all that things, so remember to hit a like, subscribe, and also hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading on this channel. So now I'll be meeting you next tutorial or in next project of Java from start. So for today, goodbye.